I'm Heather Wilson of High Gear Success, and today we're going to talk about streamlining event entry for motorsports events. So, this is something that I see a lot of event organizers could use a lot of help with, whether you've been hosting events for years or you're just getting started in event organizing. Streamlining event entry will make your life so much simpler. So, first, you're going to start by determining your timeline and your deadline. So, if your event is coming up, how far in advance are you going to start putting out information about event entry and having people register to really streamline everything when it comes time for your event? Next, you're going to decide what incentives are going to be included in the entry package. Is it going to be a discount for entering early, which I always recommend, give people an incentive? Are they going to get an event t-shirt or apparel or swag? Are there going to be meals included? Is camping included? Is this going to be an all-inclusive event where you have one price that includes everything and they get what they get? Or is it going to be kind of pick and choose to have add-on options, a base price with different add-on options to add a t-shirt, to add meals, things like that. The one thing that I will caution you about with add-ons is it can get very complicated very quickly. So I really do love simplifying things with an all-inclusive price. Makes it easy for the event organizer to know what to order and what to do, rather than particular things for particular people. Make sure that we're utilizing an electronic method of pre-entry. So my favorite to use is JotForm, and this will integrate with a payment processor. So JotForm is basically the form that is collecting the data, the information. It's going to put it in a nice Excel spreadsheet for you. You're going to have custom fields to determine what information you want from people. And then you're going to connect that with a payment processor. And this is where you're going to want to listen in, because I've had event organizers struggle with this for years. So PayPal and Square love to hold your money, especially if you're a seasonal thing. You're hosting events a couple times a year, or you have an event that sells out very, very quickly in a matter of minutes or an hour. You've got 50 grand in the bank account and you sold out in 10 minutes. It loves to flag those as fraud or potential, problems for the payment processor. So my tried and true that I've been using recently with clients is authorize.net. It is a Visa service, and I love it because they actually underwrite the organization before the event. So Square and PayPal are like basically flagging things after, like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Authorize.net is flagging things before. So they're going to go through, review your account. You're going to let them know what's going to happen, and everything's going to be good to go. And that money's going to go directly into your bank account. So it integrates with nearly every bank across the US. So be sure to check with your local bank and authorize.net. And if you want a connection, I have a really great representative that I've been working with. And that's the other piece that I love, is that it's an actual human based here in the US, and I can call or text him at any time. He is my dedicated rep. I'm not going to call and be in a queue and be waiting on to talk to somebody different about a problem every time that I call. So I really love having that. Their rates are really reasonable, and in some cases better than PayPal and Square. And so I definitely recommend that service. That's a huge piece, is that you want your money, right? You don't want your money being held for weeks or months at a time, because you need access to that capital to purchase things for your event. So once you've got the form and the payment processor set up, make sure that you test it repeatedly. Maybe even send it out to a couple of participants who you want to have exclusive early access. That makes them feel good. They'll test it out, make sure everything is working as intended. So once you've got the event entry set up, now you're going to work on creating your schedule. So when are you going to send out emails? When are you going to publish social media posts? Are you going to put up any information on the website from time to time as you get closer to the event? So really outlining that communications and marketing plan is going to play into streamlining your event entry. Communicating with people who are registered on a regular basis, so making sure that they get email receipts when they register, as well as communicating with them maybe even every month or every couple weeks once you get closer to the event. And if you haven't, go back and watch my video on email marketing using MailChimp, because that'll be a key component of this. Make sure that you can download that list of entries and you can sort it. You can figure out what to do with it. You can upload those emails into MailChimp to use for your email marketing. And then when you're getting closer to your event, to really simplify the process of event pickup, Create packets or baggies for easy sign in at the event that are labeled with people's names that have pre registered. If you have swag, if you have apparel, if you have wristbands, put them all in that packet. So it's very simple for people to pick up and you're not going down a line grabbing a bunch of items as people are getting there. Make sure that you're also thinking about developing a sign in process and strategy for the day. Do you have signage? Do you have different barriers? Do you have different lines for people that are pre registered to quickly pick up their information and people that are on site registering? Are you going to have electronic entry on site? And do you have access to quality, reliable Wi Fi? Because this is a big struggle for a lot of event organizers. I think Starlink's making it a little bit easier on people these days to have that capability, but making sure that you have access to it and then people can sign up on iPads. You can use QR codes to direct them to sign up on their own devices and register that day. Because if you're using paper entries, then that data has to be entered after the fact. It's hard to read people's handwriting, and you're going to have to spend a lot of time. Somebody within your organization is going to have to type all that up to upload into your contact database. So I hope these tips for streamlining event entry are helpful for you. If you have any questions, want any more information, be sure to check out highgearsuccess.com.